All right, everybody, ready to dive in with me? We're going to unpack this planner. And, well, it's got me intrigued. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's not your typical schedule keeper.
Not at all. In fact, it might even change how you think about your week,
That's what really grabbed my attention, the whole psychology baked into the design. But
Oh, definitely.
let's back up for a sec, though. Give everyone the basics of what we're working with here.
Right, of course. So we've got these excerpts from the product description. It's the NLCF Planner.
Mm-hmm.
And they've given us some visuals, too, the layout and all. First thing that jumps out at you.
It's undated. Completely.
Undated. That's got to be like a breath of fresh air, right?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
How many planners end up on a shelf? Because we missed that January 1st start date. This one's like, jump in whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Love that.
No more guilt tripping from those blank pages, yeah. And it really plays into this whole trend of personalized planning, flexible systems, which this definitely seems to be going for.
Oh, absolutely. But it's more than just being undated, right?
Yeah.
The layout, that's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, so spill the tea.
So it's got your classic week view, one page, pretty standard. What tea then? A whole blank page facing it. Just for notes. That's not something you see every day.
I know. My mind went straight to mind maps, jotting down ideas as the week goes on, almost like you've got a brainstorming buddy built in.
And you still get those monthly calendar spreads, the big picture stuff. They're not neglecting that.
So it's like they found that sweet spot, right? Structure, but with freedom.
Exactly.
Okay, but let's zoom in on that week view for a sec. What strikes you about it?
Well, besides the, frankly, refreshing amount of white space, no preset time slots. That's a bold move.
No kidding. Most planners, they basically dictate your schedule. This one's like you design it.
It's a blank canvas for your week.
And isn't there something kind of calming about that?
There's actually research on this. Think about trying to work with like 100 tabs open on your computer.
No, the worst.
Cluttered planners, same effect on your brain. This minimalist design, though, it reduces cognitive overload, could actually boost your creativity.
So it's not just about aesthetics. It's like a mental health bonus.
Exactly.
Have you ever noticed how, your energy levels are different throughout the week? This layout seems perfect for just rolling with that, not fighting it.
Totally. Instead of forcing yourself into this rigid schedule, you can visually map out your tasks, your projects, based on when you're going to be most productive.
Okay, so I'm picturing this, right? Monday morning, I'm feeling ambitious. I'm going to tackle that big presentation first thing.
Sure.
But then Wednesday afternoon rolls around, and my brain is fried, needs a break. So I block out some time for, creative brainstorming instead.
And that's where those blank facing pages, they just become your secret weapon. Imagine right there next to your Wednesday schedule, you're jotting down those brainstorming ideas. You're not just planning time anymore, you're capturing your thought process.
It's like, remember that eureka moment, right? But you're in the shower and you have nowhere to write it down. This is like having that system right there, ready to go.
Exactly. And think about the reflection angle, too. Let's say a task, it takes way longer than you expected, or a conversation sparks a new idea. This system lets you actually see those connections between your actions, your thoughts, your goals even.
It's next level journaling almost. Instead of just thinking back on the day that's passed, you're making this dynamic record of the week as it's happening.
And it brings up a question for me. I've been turning it over in my head this whole deep dive. Do we use a planner just to manage time? Or could it actually change our relationship with time itself?
Whoa, now that's a thought.
Right.
Because most planners, they feel so rigid. Like trying to impose order on this messy thing we call life, this one, it feels different.
It's almost like it's saying, hey, life is messy. Embrace the chaos. We're just here to help you navigate it all.
Yeah, and the tools aren't about, cramming every single minute full of tasks. It's about, understanding your own rhythm.
Yeah.
When are you most creative? When do you need to step back, recharge?
It's not just recording your life, it's designing it. Being intentional. Where are you going to put your energy, your attention? That's the good stuff.
It's shifting you, right, from just reacting to things to being proactive.
100%. And that can be huge, Instead of deadlines, demands, all that. You're making space for what matters to you.
This whole conversation has got me thinking different planning styles, they actually impact our success. We've all tried those hyper-structured planners. What if this is the key, this more, flexible approach?
It's entirely possible. Becoming more in tune with your own energy, working with your natural rhythms, not against them. You might get more done and enjoy it more too.
It's not about the checklist. It's about finding that flow state, where you're energized, engaged.
And remember those note pages. Imagine you look back at a week. It's not just tasks, tasks, tasks. It's a record of like creative breakthroughs, those aha moments that usually just disappear.
You're making a roadmap, but it's not a straight line. It's totally yours.
And that brings us right back to the NLCF Planner. This isn't just a calendar. It's a tool for self-discovery even. Experiment, play around with how you plan, reflect on it. You might surprise yourself.
Okay, so before we wrap up this deep dive, let's give everyone the takeaways, the need-to-knows.
Stateless system. Huge. Jump in whenever, no pressure.
That minimalist week view. Beautiful. Design your time your way.
Don't underestimate those blank pages. Brainstorm, reflect, connect the dots, make it your own.
Yes. So the big question we'll leave you with today is this. What if your planner could be more than just a schedule? What if it could spark change? Help you really understand yourself and what you're capable of?
Something to think about on your own planning journey, right?
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everybody. Until next time, happy planning.